Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Let's Play Drugcraft. Today's video, I'm not going to do too much in it. I just wanted to give a quick tutorial of how to make the little tree gadget that you see in the other room that I used to harvest my cocoa with. After my last video, since that one was so long, this one's probably going to be pretty short, but it's just going to be a quick tutorial on how I did it. I'm going to use the tree room to show you everything involved with it. I'm actually going to cut down this tree real quick, so I'm going to use some of this space. Also, just going to break these branches so I can get some of the saplings. Cool. As long as I get one back, I'm happy. So I can replant the tree. But I'm also going to clean at least some of these out of my way. Alright, cool. So, that's kind of stupid. I only got one, but like I said, all I need to do is replant the trees. So now we're on a timer. Just kidding. Okay, so basically, all the contraption really is whoops, wrong spot. Is two pistons, one on the top and one on the bottom. This one's obviously buried in the floor, but I'm going to put it above ground just so you can see how it all works. And then I went up with 5 blocks, and then there's another piston, oops, right here. Actually, I gotta go down a little bit. And you want to leave a 1 block gap between the top piston and the top board there. So, in the other room, underneath the ground, I have buried redstone, which let's do it this way. Let's do it the way I have it down there. I think if it goes up here, then it should work. Okay. So basically you can see the bottom one pushes the blocks up. And actually this has to go back a little bit more. I forgot about that because we have to put... No. I'll figure it out a different way. Sorry about this. But basically, you're going to have your button that you push, and it's going to activate the bottom one, which pushes them up. And from here, then you need to take the redstone signal. And what we have to do is delay it. So I'm going to put these on a timer. This should be good here. But now basically we can always increase the time if we need to. Oops. This will go here. So basically now what we have is we're going to put a torch here, and when we push the button, you're going to see that we push the button and then there's a timer that turns this off. So I'm just going to pillar up next to it, put a block, torch, and then another block, and a torch, and one more block, and a torch. And basically now put a block here and a redstone here. Oops. And now I believe if it's set up right, we should be able to push this button and it'll push them up, and then the timer, which I have to fix this, kind of figured that might happen. We just have to get a block to touch these. So we just got to go up here, think that should work. Let's just double check. Yep. Cool. Alright, so basically all we have here is a button that we push, and it sends a redstone signal here, which activates this piston, which will push the whole log pile to the top, and then it delays the signal so that this signal shuts off. This one brings itself back down. The blocks will still be floating, which I can show you by doing this. If I push the button, you'll see that this piston goes up, and it pushes the blocks up, and then it resets, and it leaves that gap there. So now if I reconnect this and push the button, after this shuts off, this should be delayed enough to then as soon as this goes back down, it'll send a signal here, which will flip all these torches and then give this one power on the top. Because when a torch is under a block, it powers it. So since this is powered, it shuts this torch off. And since this one's off, this block doesn't do anything, so this one stays on, and it shuts off this block. So on the top, this one's off. But when it hits the signal on the bottom, it flips them all, so this one becomes powered, which gives this one power, which then pushes it back down to the normal spot. So if we push the button, you'll see that it pushes it up, the signal hits there, and then it flips them and it pushes it back down. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, really all you have to do is figure out how to get this one power. You could put, oops, because this block is always going to get powered. You could put redstone there, so if you don't want to, oops, like with me, I have it all buried underground, so technically you could have something like this where you'd push it, and then it hits that, and then, you know, it resets like that. Now it is pretty close. If you do have issues where it gets stuck on the top, like it won't push it back down, it's probably because this one still has power when the top one is trying to push it. So yeah, all you got to do is add another redstone repeater and then set it to the back setting to delay it, and then it gives it enough time to reset. But like I said, any way that you get the bottom power to shut off before the top power turns on, it's good. And if I stand back, you can see how all the torches will flip, and then it pushes it back down. Now, like you've seen, when there's cocoa beans on here, anytime this wood moves, it breaks all the cocoa beans off. So once they're fully grown, you push the button, it shoves it up, breaks all the cocoa beans off, and then the top piston just pushes it back down. So, like I said, it's not very hard. I don't know if it's the most efficient thing out there, but it is pretty cool looking. I don't think I've ever really seen an auto resetting tree before, so it's kind of unique. Feel free to let me know if you guys have any other suggestions or ideas on how to make this a little bit cooler. Also let me know what you thought about this. I like doing stuff with redstone. I haven't done much with it on this server just because I always hate putting time into stuff that could be destroyed and griefed one day. But if there's other stuff you guys want to see, let me know, because redstone is one of my favorite things to mess around with. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, leave your comments and stuff, and if you ever get bored, just go out and try to make this little contraption. Which, like you can see here, basically what I have it doing is, here's my button, underneath here is the redstone, and it splits off here, I think, and hits this bottom piston to give it power. And then I think this whole back wall here is repeaters, and then it kind of goes sideways and then puts the power to here. So if I break these off, you can see it. Actually, okay, so here's where it splits off. I've got one repeater, and then I think over here there's another 2 repeaters. So really here I only have 2 repeaters. The other room has 3, but oops. I guess it depends on the server. That's why I think the one video we saw that it didn't reset, just because 3 repeaters works, but it also cuts it pretty close. So that's how it's done. No magic behind it. Really simple redstone wiring and stuff. And I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed the experience. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.